It's really hard to be a liberty-loving, independently minded Canadian because your own government is essentially trying to criminalize you. And I don't use that term lightly, actually.
They're
criminalize
literally.
you.
One of the things I've been saying is we need a fashion correspondent here because everybody looks so freaking. You guys, look at your girl Lauren right here.
Kill yourself is a phrase that can get you kicked off of social media or health advice from the Canadian government. The average person is being told actually everything bad happening now is Putin's fault and the Republicans, even though they have no power. Well, of course they're going to keep voting for Democrats or for Trudeau, and that's the situation we're in now. Oftentimes you're supporting brands that actively hate you.
Hate you.
Yeah, hate you.
Your guts.
I know, it was
Don't
really
give
painful.
them your money.
Unfortunately, Canada, I think, is a story of complacency, right? For so long, Canada and Canadians have been so comfortable. It's allowed a lot of really bad policies to come into play, and there's a lot of terrible things being done in Canada in the name of compassion. Pushing state-assisted suicide for even people like the mentally ill. It's disgusting. I mean, we have abortion up until birth. There's no laws against anything like that. It's disgusting. They're even offering medically assisted suicide to people with depression.
If conservatives said anything about a death panel or a concern, we were told we were conspiracy theorists. That's crazy. How could you say something like that? And now, in fact, that's what we're seeing.
That's exactly what we're seeing, and it's not just a death panel, let's withhold care. It's actually, let's be proactive.
Like, it is healthcare.
That is what happens when you let the government in charge of essentially your healthcare system. Now, don't be fooled by the Bernie Sanders of the world into thinking that the Canadians haven't figured out. We do not, absolutely do not.
But until the thing happens that we say, if this thing happens, it's going to go bad, it's almost like we have to let it go bad and for everybody to see how awful and terrible it is,
right,
so that they will wake up maybe and fight back.
Right, and I think if nothing else, Canada can serve as a warning to Americans right now. It's like, yeah, your system has problems too, but don't go the way we've gone.
I didn't think you could be more apathetic than Americans.
Unfortunately, we can't. We had, like, all of the lockdown craziness that was happening in Canada.
Yeah.
We had an election during COVID, and they voted to keep Trudeau. Just imagine how apathetic and just wanting to keep the status quo you have to be during a time when your civil liberties are being stripped, when you're being barred from meeting your family for the holidays, that you actually vote to keep things the same. And I think it was a big mistake for the right to not only cede control of the media, but also the education system, because ultimately information is everything, and the left is controlling it. It was painful for me as a really weird Disney adult to finally make the decision to be like, I can't keep supporting these guys. But, you know, it needs to be done. And they're, like you said, don't think of it as boycotting something else, because that's negative. Just think of putting your dollars toward people who you actually want to support, you can feel good about investing in.